Hey, we're live here at ISE 2019. You're looking at a live shot here in the Crestron booth. To get an idea how packed this booth is, just look around. I'm here in the Crestron booth. You're going to tell me all about the Crestron Flex. First off, introduce yourself.
Yeah, Nick Milani. I'm the Executive Director of Commercial Product Marketing here at Crestron. I'm really excited to share with you our advancements in the UC space.
Yeah, this is a live thing, so this was all the things that happen in the live broadcast. The Flex product line is obviously aimed at meeting rooms, huddle spaces, collaboration, I guess is the key, right?
Well, actually, it's all the spaces people work in. It's about collaboration from the desktop all the way up through the executive boardroom. We're uniquely capable of creating experiences that are consistent in all the spaces people work.
Yeah, and it starts with a phone.
Yeah, it does. It starts with the phone. What we've got is our first desktop phone here. It runs native Skype for Business or Microsoft Teams. The beauty of this device is that it kind of brings my calendar to life at my desk. It's more than just a traditional VoIP phone, but it also allows me to one-touch join meetings and be able to go on into the actual meeting here. It's hard when I'm trying to look around the microphone. There we go. So now I've joined the meeting. I'm in the space. I'll mute it so we don't get some crazy feedback on everything. And that lets me connect from my desk when I have a Skype call or a Teams call. Not tying up my computer, but having that kind of seamless experience.
And it obviously integrates with any VoIP system that's out there, VoIP system that's out there. That they might have already on premise, or how does it integrate with the rest of the phone system that's out there?
Well, actually, that's the unique part. It's a native Skype device. It's a native Teams device. It doesn't connect to your existing VoIP system. It basically takes that experience you've had with your Skype for Business client on your laptop and moves it to a phone-like device.
Okay, so it's specific to
Microsoft.
Absolutely. Okay, all right, perfect. And then moving on to the Flex M100 tabletop system.
So when we need a little bit better audio performance, but we're not going to video yet, this device builds off the success of Mercury, allows me to still have that one-touch to join experience, but now we have a mic array, a powered amplifier in there, really creating great sound for spaces that are up to 20 people.
Same application, but for bigger rooms.
Exactly.
And a little bit more fancy functionality there. And it has a built-in speaker phone, obviously, as well as connectivity to Skype for Business as well.
Yeah, and
Teams, I guess now.
Well, what's happened is, unfortunately, a lot of the devices in the market no longer function well as phones.
Right.
So now we have a world-class device for those bigger spaces, whether that's an executive office, or we're moving into more of like a huddle space type area where, again, we just want audio.
Okay.
We can take that same device, we can change the firmware, and now we move it to a full video endpoint. Okay. So now I'm running the native Microsoft Teams experience, okay? I've got the one touch to join, so it's very easy for me to jump into a meeting. Boom, it's gonna pop up. We can see that other folks in the area are on the same call. I can do all the functions I need to do within that Teams experience. Again, picking up to 20 people in a larger conference room.
Right, but it's the same, interestingly enough, same form factor. So now where do we go next? Now I'm hearing myself a little bit. Got to mute myself. But what do we have next? So you want to move up from here to what?
Well, the thing I want to point out real quick here about that experience is that while it's running the Teams experience, we can also flip it to the Skype experience through firmware, or we can flip it to Zoom Rooms experience.
Okay, so this one isn't just limited to Teams. It's Skype and Zoom as well.
Skype, Teams, and Zoom.
Okay, and is it a firmware upgrade, or how do you do that? How do you decide which one you're using, or is it a different control system interface, or what's the difference between each one?
Well, the beauty of it is you only buy the hardware once. There's no service contracts, there's no firmware contracts, and when you want to switch from one system to the other, it's a simple firmware switch in the background. Our XIO Cloud, the award-winning IoT platform, allows you to do it from the cloud, switch it over, and you can make that migration.
Okay.
Now a lot of customers are facing that. They're Skype for Business today, but they have a vision of moving to Teams. You can kind of go one room at a time and make those switchovers and continue to implement those new solutions.
Okay, all right, gotcha. What's next?
Well, next is a new product for this year. So moving beyond the phones from the tabletop, and now we're going to a smart soundbar. So we've seen this become a very popular form factor in the last couple of years, this idea of having a 4K camera, a beamforming mic array that can pick up to 20 feet or 7 meters. We've got multiple speakers out here that project great sound. And again, it has that same experience of one touch to join, you click on the button, and everything comes up. I gotta pause here, Gary. For the first time in our careers, you can go into every single room, and every single room is going to behave exactly the same.
Yeah, and that's what we've always been wanting.
That's what we've always wanted. That's what customers want. That's what our employees want.
Yeah.
We're delivering it today. And so that's a really big advancement. Now I have a hardware option here around this device, and I'll save ourselves from the double image. You know, what we do is we do things like the microphone at the top. You see the light changes to tell you how loud it is. Clever also is how we allow you to mount it. Now, Crestron thinks about the installer, thinks about our dealer. When you walk in, hold it up against the wall, 2 screws in, place, away you go.
So this is a speaker bar and a microphone array in one with a camera?
All that's in there.
Okay, it just connects through one USB cable, is that how it connects?
So in the background what we have is a UC plate. There's an Intel engine running and everything goes back in through that system. Okay? We're actually demonstrating over there. I see an opening if you want to try to make a move. I know it's live.
Try to do this without running into people. We're just pushing them out of the way.
Okay. So the last space we need to talk about here is the custom integrated spaces. We talked about the phones at the desktop. We talked about the conference rooms. But you know, Crestron's really known for those high-end boardrooms, right? What we do is we offer this plate as an option to be as an integrator kit. You can simply bolt this onto an existing system. I have my UC engine, I have my HDMI ingest. We do the subtle things, like we cover the ports so that way they're not a security risk for USB. What we're demonstrating here is how this system can be connected into our popular DMPS solution, right? Kind of our all-in-one presentation tool. And if we look back over at the same UI that we've been showing, it's the exact same. So in my boardroom, the CEO can walk in, one touch to join, everything works. Let's say you want to control the shades in that room. Let's say you want to switch presentation tools. We uniquely, the only company in the world that has this, have the page flip. When I click on that, I see a traditional kind of Crestron UI. I can now control all the devices in that space.
All right, so in this case, this is a fully functional control system, but in reality, the speaker bar, I don't know, what are you calling that again? What's
Smart sound bar.
Smart sound bar actually has the capability of having a control system and it being just a USB device at the same time.
Exactly. So all these devices connect into our traditional system so they can control environmental, like light, shades, those different aspects. But they're also just a standalone device with a simple one-touch to join interface that everybody understands.
All right, so is the Flex line, I know you said it's not necessarily just collaboration, but that's kind of where it fits into the Crestron family, right?
Yeah, absolutely. It is all about kind of that unified communications and collaboration. Again, leveraging kind of world-class software. And what's important for customers to understand, I think what they're really appreciating at this event, is how we decouple the software from the hardware. You know, it's kind of a separate decision. I want to go out and buy world-class hardware, put it in all my spaces, but in 3 years, if I want to go to Teams or if I need to move to a different system like Zoom Rooms, we give the flexibility for you to use the same hardware. I'm not going to charge you a second time, and that's truly unique.
All right. So to see all this, you can go to Crestron.com, and I think it's /flex, isn't it?
That's right. Crestron.com/flex.
Of course, we're going to go around the Crestron booth here while we're here at ISE and shoot videos at every single product station, not just the ones you saw, but the entire booth here. So you can type in Crestron in the video search window if you go to our website at raypubs.com/ISE 2019. We have been bringing this to you live on Facebook and on Twitter, live from the Crestron booth here in Amsterdam. It is wherever it is there. It's 3:30 here. We're done and we're going to go have a beer because this was hard to pull off live here. Thanks a lot.
Well, let's head upstairs and get a beer up at our lounge.
All right, thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank
Hope you guys enjoyed this. Crestron Flex.
All right, have a good event, guys.